Just got a really good email, and it inspired me to do this video on how to manifest quickly. And we all get into states where this client was today when he sent me this email, which is like, I have been wanting to manifest money for so long and it's not coming and it's not here. And we've all gotten that place, whether it's money or whatever it might be, and we're just like, I can't take it anymore, And he said, what do I do? And I thought, what a great discussion to explore. Because we talked about manifesting, but how do we do it fast? And it reminded me of a story that is a short story of my own from earlier this week, where I'm in this process of closing a real estate deal. And I needed cash to go from one account to another really quickly to make it all line up and to make it work. And so I was talking to my lawyer, and he was like, don't you know something about the magic nature of making all this happen? And I was like, oh, I do. Yes, I do. Why, yes, I do. And so I realized I jumped into the first step of what I'm going to talk about here, which is really important, which is changing our state. So I was feeling pretty good at that time, but I was like, okay, we got to jump even higher. So I did what I love to do, which is I went on a hike. And hello, they just came back from a walk. It's hot. You're so cute. Anyway, I did what I do, which is that I went on a hike and just immediately to change my state, to get myself in a better feeling place, in the highest feeling place possible in nature for me, getting lots of oxygen. And then I did step number 2, which is that I called in upon my masculine energy, because we want to utilize both energies, masculine and feminine, when we manifest quickly. We want to use all parts of ourselves. Because when we're wanting to manifest fast, what we're really wanting to do is actually change our state really quickly so we can unite with a higher frequency, so we can feel better, so we can unite back in with divine at the highest realms. And so I've got to just show you her. This is Emily. Mastered manifesting quickly. So she's here below. Anyway, I had to include her. So what we really wanted to do is we really wanted to source connect. We're wanting to quickly feel better. And so I moved into the second state, which is embodying my masculine energy, and I declared it. I said, I want this transfer to happen really quickly or something better. And then I moved into the third step, which is a feminine state, which is then receiving, right? Is just getting to that place where we are open to letting things unfold, to relaxing. So I just hiked, just sort of forgot about it. Not really, of course, but, got into a zone and I just kind of let it go. So we want to have a very, very close at hand list, or at the top of our tongue, what it is that we do to lift our frequency. Because what this is really calling out when he reaches out in this way, when we're all at that place, which we've all been before, we're wanting to feel better fast. And so we want to have a list. What gets you there? What does that? Is it making love? Is it dancing? Is it singing? Is it channeling? Is it doing yoga? Is it making love? I mean, there's endless things that we can do, but we want to get real good, real masterful at calling upon these energies so that we can navigate the quick manifestation. So I came back from a hike and I was, feeling really good. And sure enough, I checked my email, and, the miracle natures of the gods had worked with me, and it had transferred really quickly. And so we're moving forward. And another really, really important thing to do, I was calling upon my lawyer's energy in that moment just because he was holding it for me. But we also want to call upon our power team. That can be one person, a group of people, doesn't really matter. I was just, before that, I was looking to get my house offer received, and there's 2 other offers on this house that I really loved. And so I just texted my mentor and was like, this is what I'd love to have happen. Can you hold this for me? She's like, sure, no problem. 2 hours later, it went through. I can think of all the major things in my life, my husband, my son, my healing. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on about all the things that I look to, and I'm like, wow, that was such an achievement of calling upon source divine intervention and doing it in an efficient way. It really was from a place of calling in that higher energy, and then also sharing my requests with powerful people. I remember when I was having trouble conceiving with Teddy, and I was at my brother's wedding, and everyone was looking at me like, oh, are you pregnant yet? And we're so excited for you. And I was nervous. I was embarrassed. I was like, no, not yet. But what my guide said in that moment is jump to would you help me out with this? Would you hold this for me? And so pretty quickly, scheme of things, I got pregnant after that, because instead of me contracting around it, like, oh gosh, I'm not fertile and all that kind of stuff, it was more like, no, I'm receiving your help. Every single time you think of me, would you send good vibes, and would you hold for me that this happens for me? And it happened much quickly, much more quickly. So these are some tips. Please post below what works for you to manifest quickly. When you got to really source and divine connect fast, how do you do it? I would love to hear. Yeah, and my book is about to come out. I'm so excited. And I still have one more spot in the June retreat. Comes to Sedona. We would love to have you. Please pass this along. If you're inspired, check out my podcast on soundcloud.com. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for your emails. Thank you for sending these questions. And I'm excited to connect in a session soon. I'm excited to connect soon. Lots of love.